Hey, Elliot Connie here, and I'm on my way home. I'm actually in the Detroit airport. I'm on my way home from teaching for 5 days in England with my colleagues Adam Frower, Chris Iveson, and Evan George. And I was thinking on the flight, on the first flight over, I was just reflecting on some of the conversations we had, and some of the thoughts we had, and some of the nuggets and little standout things that I'm going to take with me from teaching at the Brief International Summer School. And what stood out to me most this time, so one of the questions that people ask me so frequently is, what do you do when clients lie to you? What do you do when clients tell you something that is not true? Or how can you tell when clients are lying or not? And I was talking to Evan George about this, and he had such an amazing explanation for it. I wanted to share it because I want to make sure everybody hears it so that they know kind of what we're thinking as solution-focused professionals in things related to this. So a solution-focused conversation is a co-constructed conversation, meaning each person in the room is contributing to the direction and to the way the conversation goes. So for example, my questions are always going to have a bit of my client in them, and my client's responses will also have a bit of my questions in them. So in essence, if my client gives me an answer, I'm a part of that answer, including if my client says something misleading. So instead of trying to judge or think, is my client telling the truth or not, we always just assume they're giving me the best response they can at the time, and I'm a part of that process. So let me give you an example. Imagine if you've grown up in a domestic violence home and social workers had come to your home to assess for safety and talk to your parents and those sorts of things, and you've kind of grown up in that world where that's just what you came away with. And now you're an adult and you go to see a psychotherapist, and you notice on their business card it says social worker. So let's say the problem that brought you into therapy was like anger management, and the therapist sits down with you and they say something like, so what brings you into my office? You may not immediately admit that anger management is the issue because of your history with social workers and a connotation that you have about that field. So in a way, my stance as a professional is contributing to the client response. So rather than think that clients are misleading you for nefarious reasons or things like that, we just assume they're doing the best they can at each given moment, and we accept that we are a part of their answer in the same way that they are a part of our questions. Now that's a really, really common question that we get, and I hope that explanation makes sense. Like as Evan and I were talking about this, I was just blown away to have that realization and have that thought, have that kind of clarification in my head, that in order to use this approach, you genuinely have to believe the client is doing the best they can even at any given moment. So even if they say something that you perceive as misleading, you have to assume they're doing so for reasons they think are good and solid and are the best they can do at that time. So I gotta go get on my flight in a minute. I think they're starting to board. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Head on over to elliottconnie.com, check out all the free stuff and all the announcements, and I'll see you next time.